The moment that I heard that clemency was granted for Tony, I was trip-trapping down by City Hall in Manhattan on my way to court. And the cell phone rang, and it was a DC telephone number. And we had been anticipating that some clemency petitions were ripe and ready for the Obama administration to grant. Overdue, in fact. And I stood by the fence at City Hall with a colleague of mine with one finger in my ear so I could hear in the cell phone while I was connected through the Bureau of Prisons to speak with Tony and deliver the news to him directly. It was an incredible rush and so exciting. And it was a moment that I'll never forget. It was extraordinary to connect with another human being and to tell somebody, you're going to be free, you have another chance.
My name is Tony Jones, and I am from Florida, West Palm Beach, and Tallahassee.
My name is Susan Walsh. I'm a criminal defense lawyer in New York City, partner at a small firm called Gladdick, Raskin and Clark in Manhattan.
I found out later on in life that I was born in a penal institution, and my mom, they awarded me to the state until she got out of the penal institution. She got me back again and I was adopted. I went to a predominantly Black school. I did pretty well in school until I made a transition to public school. And then once I made a transition to public school, my adopted mother, she got malignant breast cancer. She died when I was 17 years old. And I think that's when the criminal behavior escalated in terms of me just being a rebellious young teenager. That behavior kind of extended or permeated for about 10 years. And then 10 years after, I got federally indicted. I had a couple run-ins with the feds prior to that. Throughout my criminal standing history, the traditional things that most younger people think is that, especially Black young men, but I can speak specifically for me, that the system isn't set up for us to succeed no matter how much education that I have. And the easy way out is to take the way that everybody else is doing by selling drugs and participating in criminal activity. My original sentence was mandatory life. That's no eligibility for parole. The warden, as well as the captain, called. Once I was designated, I went to Talladega, Alabama, where my whole life started really to change. From being around all that violence in the penitentiary. The first person who got clemency was at that institution. Well, I got informed about the clemency project through him. And I just signed up on the computer. I was assigned a lawyer down here in Tallahassee. And then after that, he let me know that I would be assigned another lawyer, where I came into contact with Ms. Walsh. And ever since then, it's been an excellent relationship, because she doesn't, in my opinion, it's not just about a statistic or a notch under her belt. She truly cares. So all throughout the process, she used to check on me. She let me know what she was going to do. She asked me a few general questions like I'm being asked right now about my background, my past, the whole nine. So throughout the process, she let me know where we were in the process. And now that the final draft has been done, it's in, continue doing what you're doing, and we're just going to keep faith.
I was an criminal defense advocate, unleashed to use all of my creativity, all of my humanity, and all of my compassion to tell the story of a young man who was swept up in the criminal justice system way too young, with way too many gifts to be wasted behind bars, and who had demonstrated repeatedly through his studies while in jail, through his work record in jail. Tony had 7 Federal Bureau of Prisons employees back his petition. And they filtered their letters in support of Tony to me, so I could present them to the pardon attorney, who could present them to President Obama, who ultimately granted Tony the relief.
All throughout the process, I used to watch the computer and see all these people get clemency. And it's like, people would tell me on the compound when I got off work or at lunch, hey, you know, so-and-so got it in another institution. I saw it on the computer, and my heart used to be beating. So I would leave work literally and tell my boss, hey, I got to come back. I got to go to the unit real quick and check something. So I checked the computers. So I was kind of like real apprehensive. I was real anxious, rather, to get the same thing. So when I went to the warden's office, the warden let me know what was going on, and then I spoke with Ms. Walsh, and ever since then, it's been a dream.
We take young people that have made mistakes in their lives, and there's some people that perhaps are deserving of some measure of punishment, but to give somebody in their 20s a life sentence for nonviolent crimes, particularly drug crimes, deprives society of the gifts that that person has and that may be able to contribute. Clemency gives people the opportunity to demonstrate that they have rehabilitated, that they're capable of rehabilitating. They can pay a price to society for wrongs that they have done, but they also can contribute to society and can teach other people from what they have been through, and contribute to making quite literally the world a better place by teaching young people, by teaching other people, by teaching lawyers and citizens what we're doing wrong and what we're doing right.
My community involvement, I'm working with a couple at-risk youth groups here in Tallahassee. Sunshine's Gaining with at-risk youth girls. I'm also working with the Department of Juvenile Justice and Mentoring Program with Ernie Sims Sr. to try to give back, because a lot of people have given to me. A lot of people have made a significant degree of sacrifices for me. Just trying to acclimate back into being human again, because prison really dehumanizes a lot of people, especially when they lose hope and they lose faith. So Miss Walsh was a godsend. I mean, I wasn't an animal before I met her, but you know, she's given me a great deal of inspiration, because I know she has her face on me. She has her reputation on me.
So I've been a criminal offense lawyer for a long time, and my family and my friends and my colleagues can all attest that I am the first one to shout out, and curse, and condemn injustice when I see it, whether it's reading the Sunday Times or whether it's in my daily work life. But when there's an opportunity that was presented to do something concrete, and when your bar association like NACDL hands you that opportunity with all of the support and infrastructure that it can to do something besides curse and shout and holler, that is an extraordinary opportunity. And I am really grateful for my bar association for having done that for me, because the rewards in helping someone like Tony are exponential.